For millions of people living in our frenetic, stressful, materialistic world, life can sometimes feel a little empty.
I would say I'm definitely searching for something. You know, that hole in the soul syndrome.
Everybody wants to understand whether their life has a meaning, and I would like to know whether my life has a meaning or it is totally meaningless.
Something's missing. I don't know what I don't know if it is religion, maybe it's something else, but I've tried everything else. It's not that.
What we are engaged in is helping people to find answers to questions that they may have, irrespective of religious beliefs or even a lack of them. I think that if people are willing to come to this with an open mind and to immerse themselves in what we're doing, I have no doubts that it will be a life-changing experience.
Let's get all the names right now as well. So, it's Aisha.
Yes.
Khadija.
Khadija.
Simon.
Simon. Okay. Mudassir. Okay.
Call me Han.
Is that what they call you?
But my real name's Azim.
Hazim.
Azim.
Azim. And
I'm Pom.
Pom.
You're Pom. Yeah.
Last summer, 3 men and 3 women, 3 of them believers and 3 not so sure, volunteered to spend 4 weeks at an Islamic retreat.
Courses on.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I feel quite greedy. I just want to grab everything I can from it.
Sort of hill.
Leading the retreat is respected teacher and Muslim convert, Abdullah Reverted.
Let's take it in here, yeah.
I think people today are looking for the spiritual dimension to their lives, for a sense of meaning, a sense of purpose. The problem is they don't know how to achieve this. And that's really what we want to show them during this month.
Oh, which one?
It's hard letting go of the habits from the outside world, and each one of them has struggled in their own way. In a sense, coming to a place like this, there's nothing, and you're thrown back on yourself. So it's our task now to make sure that they focus in on the spiritual path.
To keep the group focused, Abdullah has asked them to stick to a rigorous schedule built around Islam's traditional 5 daily prayers. The day begins at 5 a.m. with Fajr, the pre-dawn prayer. Abdullah has assembled a team of British Muslims to help on the retreat and teach the daily classes of religious instruction. Like him, they are Sufis who emphasize mankind's mystical relationship with God. Science graduate Simon Yarrow came onto the retreat looking for answers after a brush with cancer and a traumatic divorce. But he's struggling to engage on anything but an intellectual level.
That's the central truth of all the religions, and that's how I try and live. You know, and I didn't really need to come here to realise that. You know, that's... Okay, maybe I did, I'm sorry.
Afternoons on the retreat are set aside for silent contemplation, an essential part of the spiritual journey. Despite exploring a variety of different beliefs and faiths, psychotherapist Pom Jenkins has never found what she's looking for.
I think a lot's going on. I am really beginning to think about Islam.
Sal.
Sal.
Lam.
Lam.
Wa.
Wa.
Lay.
Lay.
Kum.
Kum.
I don't think realistically I'm going to, in 4 weeks, I'm going to suddenly become a Muslim, but maybe it's kind of the beginning of a process. I don't know.
That's that one.
And back of it. If anything, from standing down and standing up.
It's definitely an interesting, really interesting time.
Learning how to transcend the distractions of the modern world is crucial on the spiritual path. I'm talking here about iPods and mobile phones and all the other things that we have to entertain and occupy our attention away from what's going on at a deeper level. Well, let's put it this way, we have a general theory,
Yeah.
but it's, rather than it being up here,
Yeah.
it's having it in here. As we go through life, every moment presents itself before us as an open space. Tabula rasa, an open space. If you're clunking all the past stuff, clunking it into that space, then you're not really being present. You're not really being in the moment.
For Abdullah, developing a sense of presence is key to engaging with the divine.
Presence is the quality of total consciousness in being here now. It's a higher awareness. One of the big things about presence is getting to know yourself, your faults, your patterns, your good points, and then ultimately your essential nature. As the Prophet said, he who knows himself knows his Lord. What we're trying to uncover is the essential self. It's that primordial being which each one of us has within us, which is free of all of the trappings of the baggage, the likes and the dislikes. What's on offer is the chance to transcend the normal human condition. So that means when you go back out into the world, the scatteredness, the busyness, you'll have a place somewhere within you to get something of a nuance of the essential self. The aim of uncovering the essential self is about creating this thing, this conscious presence. I am. Just think about what that means for a minute. I am. Not I am Mudassir or I am happy. Just I am. When you get to the essential self, it goes above the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the things that upset you, the things that don't upset you. And you realize that you have been given incredible freedom.
While Pom responds instinctively, Simon struggles to disengage his rational brain and silence the waswas.
I did actually sit there for most of it really feeling what we were talking about. Really did, and it was just, I felt so at peace and so calm.
Simon is somebody who has one of the great afflictions of our times, a constant questioning of everything. Everything needs to have a reason. We demand reason always. And there are some things which have no reason. There's some things that just are. There's paradox. There's paradox. Simon is greatly in need of information as to when, why, and where, what he's doing, why he's doing it, etc., etc. We're trying to encourage him to just sit back, disengage intellectually, and engage more with the heart. It's quite a difficult task to do, and we have a short period of time to do it.
Abdullah suspects Simon's reluctance to engage emotionally is rooted in his past. He asks Rahma, one of the retreat's mentors, to see if she can help. Her instinct is to ask Simon about his divorce.
What happened?
I came home one night from work and was told that the relationship was over, and 2 or 3 days later she walked out.
Is there somebody else involved?
Well, that's I did ask that. There was somebody who was helping her through the divorce. She did tell me that there was nothing going on with them, although she did subsequently have a relationship with that person.
Okay.
I feel I've failed at this without having had any chance not to fail at it, because the decision was totally out of my hands.
Probably your idea that you've failed is also kind of blocking you in a sense. Part of the spiritual process isn't just going Allahu Akbar and, you know, praying, and it's untying those knots, because that's what gives us our inner freedom. You have to ask and go from here and say to whatever you believe in. I don't know what, you know, Allah, I call Allah, whatever, and just ask.
But then surely I have to believe first. That's the problem. How
believe what?
Well, believe in Allah, or believe in God, or believe in some other divine being.
Saying you have to believe in that sense.
But then I'd be asking nothing.
But I'm not asking you to believe in Allah. I'm asking to believe that you have a spirit and a heart and a soul, and these are the things that you've got to be feeding. If that brings you to Allah, alhamdulillah.
Despite being separated from his mobile phones, Madassa seems increasingly comfortable. For Khadija in particular, learning to be alone with her thoughts is a huge challenge.
I just felt myself breathing very deeply, reciting the name of Allah subconsciously, not even having to think about it. And when you can take a deep breath and really feel a connection with the ground, and a spiritual connection, it just came to me, this absolutely overwhelming feeling of inner peace and totally at one with myself. I just need to be able to bottle it now and have it on tap for whenever I need it. And if I can continue, carrying out my day-to-day duties with this feeling of peace and tranquility, then I will be a happy person for the rest of my life, inshallah.